How's it going, everybody? It's Ricey, and we are in the 3.22 EPTU for Star Citizen. That's right, we're gonna show off the new salvaging stuff. This is so cool. So they've added a few things. They've added buffer storages, so you don't have to get up and down out of your chair multiple times. And they've added hole munching. So first of all, hit the mining mode. Well, that's already done right there for you. Now, I have not been messing with this too much. You can switch, if you hold the left alt, A and D, that'll change like the side. Left alt A and D. If you just alt down or alt S, it'll pull both of those up. I am running my favorite setup, which is the two of braids on the bottom. So I have two of braids, and then I have a cinch and a tractor module. Now, let's play with the tractor module first. Somewhat new. It's already actually in the PU, but what's really cool about it. No, did it turn on? I think it turned on the wrong one. Well, I'm trying to play with it. Now it's not working. Okay. There's my big scraper module. We'll check that out in a minute. There we go. Now it's working. So, as you can see, I have hold of it here. I'm going to turn that one off. And so just like your handheld tractor beam, if you hold R, you can rotate it. Now this one's actually having a little bit of a harder time right here. There it goes. So you can rotate it so you don't have to move around it. The smaller the ship, the easier it is. These do have size limits. I'm assuming if you put a tractor module on both sides, it might help. I haven't tested that yet. But yeah, it does not want to rotate it. But as you saw, it started to rotate a little bit. It just doesn't want to do it. So that's the tractor beam module. But you know what? Like I said, that's already in the game. You can, if you have a vulture or a reclaimer, you can already mess with that. That's not why we're here. First of all, look over here on the right hand side of the screen, and we have the depot, and it says 1.2 out of 14 SCU. That is the beautiful buffer zone. So as you're scraping along just like normal, that'll just start filling up. I'll show you. It'll get up to 2, it'll go up to 3, it'll just keep going. You don't have to get up. You can just keep going. Of course, you can switch out any of these modules. I always switch out. I like the braids for the vulture. I honestly like the braids for the reclaimer as well. Almost said redeemer because we're sitting here scraping a redeemer. But yeah, there it goes. It's just filling up. So your goal, obviously, if this is a $20,000 buy, you just hope you get enough recycled material to cover that cost and give you a little bit more. So we only need 3 boxes. The correct way to fully salvage this thing, though, would also be to take all the components and the guns, which will be big to do. And once this releases into the PU, I'll be doing a full, like, let's salvage video. I'm just trying to get this a little bit done. I'm not going to do the whole, like, both sides because I want to show y'all the full hole munching. Now, I did have a little bit already in this because I was playing around with it before I started recording. I did like the very first, like the very first mission you have to do to unlock salvaging. So I've done that. I have not got the reclaimer yet. So we'll check out the reclaimer together. And the claw is finally working. But as you see, we're up to 3 SCU already. We would have normally already had to go down and do something about that. Okay. We're going to turn on Alt W. So Alt S goes back to that. Alt W, fracture field, fracture mode. We actually have to do right Alt and W, I believe. Oh, maybe it's my gimbal mode. Okay, let's try this again. Alt W. Make sure you get close enough, and it will highlight. Then you can start fracturing. I'm not doing anything. My hands aren't on anything. It's just, it's going to charge up. Boom, breaks it off into pieces. Now we need to change modes. We need to go to disintegration field. We're just gonna hover over each one of these spots. You can see that little thing charging. 1.6 SCU. Now some of these might actually be like ejecting, auto ejecting or whatever. So that whole body right there is 22 SCU. So we actually don't have room for that. Can't take that. Even if we wanted to. So that shows that you really kind of need the reclaimer for even the medium-sized ships. Just gonna kind of bump it out of the way. Ooh. Will it take some of it? I think it's at least gonna fill. And we're full. Okay. Let's go back here. And now you would just do the same thing. Oh, I have some left over from earlier. But now, if we look on here, we have 10 SU of construction materials, 3 SU of recycled material. So if we wanted just to do the construction material, we have auto eject on, so it'll just keep going until all that construction material is done. And what's really cool is, like, I was in the Orison hangar, and I could mess around with this. So now we just sit here and just let it do its thing. Now, right now, once again, we're in EPTU. I can't sell the construction material. I've seen posts where you can sell it for a lot of money. And I've seen posts of people who can't sell it at all because there's no demand. Mine says, like, cannot sell. So mine's not, nobody's is working right now. Hopefully, you know, that obvious, you know, we're in the EPTU. That's fine. The thing is, it's working. But even just like as a vulture, like you can, the vulture, you're going to be able to do some work here. Because you could empty this out like this. And we can do the same thing we've always done where we overfill this thing. And we could technically keep going. Come on. So that's all of those. We can also do the recycled material now. And it'll just do the same thing. You can still make the salvaging tools if you need to. So you can, if you forget your multi-tool, you can easily do that. So now, not only can you overfill your vulture, you can add to it. Because you could do this, and then you can go and fill that buffer. Which we're going to do. We're going to get this last piece here. Couple pieces. I don't know which ones I can actually do. They should highlight. So yeah, obviously if we had the reclaimer in that instance, we would have been able just to pull all that up. And just turns it into space dust. Now, obviously, there's some little pieces here and there. Oh. The guns are still out here. 0.03 SU. It's not that much. But yeah, look at that. Look how pretty that looks. And then the other one. Also, look at that. It opens that up. Look how mean. Look how mean the vulture looks. It's so cool. All right. I am now that we've seen the vulture and how the vulture works. I'm going to fly back. I'm going to get the reclaimer. We're going to check out the reclaimer in the hangar first. Then we're going to do the same thing and mess with more mechanics. By the way, I also think they improved the lights on the Vulture. Of course, I don't see anything I can... But I do think they're doing a little bit better now. So I will be back in a split second. Okay, we have summoned the beast. The Cosmo Claw is what I've named her. And weirdly enough, we got Hangar 13. So that's a sign. Let's see it. Oh, of course, it's the other way around. Now I have to walk all the way over there. So it looks like it's already sitting better. So that's nice. Well, it just shifted. Don't shift. Don't do that. We will go up this elevator because I do want to check out... Well, you know what? No. We'll check that out when we get to our location. We're still sitting on the claw, so we're still having that issue. Or I can't summon the yeah. So you can't like summon the elevator. Hopefully they get that fixed. But they've redone the claw. Oh my god, look at it. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, it looks mean, and I know it like it goes out and it opens up. Yes. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. Okay, I guess let's do a quick run through. I just want to see the salvaging deck. They did add more cargo spots. This was 300. Now it's 420. So we're bigger there. I don't know where they added it. We'll have to figure that out. And then maybe on the salvage hold is where they put it. Because the cargo was 300, so there was like 100 on the processing floor, 200 in the cargo room. So I want to look at the salvage processing because they changed something. Yep. They made those bigger, so we can do bigger boxes. Look at it. It's so cool. So we'll be able to do the same thing here. Look at that. 360 is our internal storage that we'll be able to work with. The salvage lift, which is still not implemented. Maybe soon. Who knows? Now, I am going to... I don't think they've changed anything else. I'm pretty sure they haven't. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fly out to a salvage thing. We're going to build up a little bit of salvage. I'm not going to do too much. And then I've left this alone. I haven't changed anything on it yet. Oh yeah, I have to manually open these. And then we will see the claw in action, and then we'll do the back room. This weirdly just became very easy to solo. I wonder if they fix that. So, I'll be back when we get out to the site. All right, everybody. We are at an A2. I already scanned to see what if there's cargo in it. There is. We're going to leave that in there. I'm not going to do too much scraping, but I do want to show like the buffer that we have. And then we'll get to the claw. So it's really cool is you and one other person, honestly, you by yourself, which will show, can run the reclaimer fairly efficiently now. But yeah, this just has the trawler on it. We do have a range warning right now. So we might need to move up a little bit. As you can see, it is moving up. I do prefer the abrades. But yeah, we're just gonna go back and forth. Y'all know what this is like. Y'all have seen this before. I'm gonna kind of scrape this whole side up, and then I will show y'all how much we have in the depot. All right, we are up to 5 SCU. We'd have more, definitely, if we were using the abrade. That's why I prefer the abrade over the trawler. The trawler, to me, is just not efficient at all. While it will move through a job, you're going to make a lot more money using an abrade over the trawler. To me, the cinch is never worth it. The cinch takes way too long. So abrade is king. So I'm going to finish up here at 6. And then we're going to check out the claw. So there we go, 6. Time to go. So I'm going to reposition here, because I'm assuming we're going to need to a little bit. Let's get about like 100 meters-ish. We might have to get up a couple times, learn the process now. Like I said, there are boxes on the inside. I don't know what that's going to do. But let's see what the claw does. Gotta figure out how to turn it on. Power on. Hold F and look left.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Okay. Hit mining mode. It's going to deploy the arm. There it goes. Oh my gosh. We are in the fracture field. Look at that. 399 SCU. And we have 360. I'm assuming that'll get nerfed at some point. So what we'll do is we probably won't be doing the whole thing. So we can get a cool screenshot while that's... I don't want to miss it. Boom. $380. So it's actually going to be too much for even the reclaimer. And I'm wondering, maybe that number will go down if you actually scrape more. I'm not worried about it. I want to see what this thing looks like. But man, we're going to talk about like craziness right there, right? Does take a while. All this will go into construction materials. And depending on everything, this is probably going to be a massive moneymaker. Wow, it left all the bombs and everything out there. That's funny. Get a cool picture of that. That's so cool looking. Sorry, I gotta take screenshots when you can, right? So I'm really curious what the money situation is going to look like, because I mean, that's a lot of SCU right there. So we are going to head back. Maybe I should have got a bigger tractor beam. Processing, please. So first, I want to start with the recycled material. So there was a choice there, 1 or 2. This brings out this little bitty box. Okay. I'm gonna set that there. Change that to 2 SCU. We're gonna auto eject those. Did change it to 2. Yep, there it is. There's a 2 SCU box. Now, what did that... So if this originally held 100, I'm assuming what they did is they added the ability to stack here. They did. How high? That I don't know. Can we go one more? Okay, so we're still... Now we're at 2 high. Which is better than before. So it stopped auto-ejecting those because we ran out of normal ones. Let's see, what's the biggest one? So if we have that many construction, what's the biggest one we can create? 16 SCU. Sweet. We're just gonna make auto-eject. Man, I love those big machines like that. It makes so much more sense too. Oh, that one's opening up. Boom, look at that. So good. And it should be making the next one. Then we can have this one doing the same thing. 16, auto eject. Just start going. And then you just wait. Okay, so while we're waiting on that, did they add any locks down there? I guess you want to be careful as well. 'Cause can we fit? I mean, we can fit one there, but it doesn't lock there. And I also don't know if this works either. Nope. Okay. So that's working. We're gonna drop down here. Did they add any cargo space here? No, it does not look like it. Which is fine, I guess. So you definitely want to be careful when doing this because you can easily like fill up those areas with big boxes and then not have enough room. So you don't want to just leave it on auto the whole time. And then I'm assuming it's one right here. Yep. So you can do 16s. You can do we're gonna change the auto on that. Oh, I didn't check. No, you probably can't do that, can you? Nope. It's a good thought. It was a good thought. And that's gonna be, oh God, too wide there as well. Come here. It's a little wonky. But you could easily just change this. We've been doing, let's check out 8. And we've already seen the 2. It also does the 1. And you can just watch this number like go down. So the 8 boxes are obviously half the size. Which sadly, so you could easily do that there. If you wanted to, you could, there's several ways you could do this. 8s might be a little bit better. Let's see. Oh no, that fits actually really nice like that. It's gonna say to take down to the cargo hold. Or you can just get it stuck, like me. But yeah, that actually works really well. Those are perfect fit. It's probably another reason why it did. They decided to do 16 instead of 32, because the 32s are pretty rough. And let's see, did they change the cargo hold? I doubt it. No, it doesn't look like it. Ow. And this is where the bigger tractor beam will come in handy, is moving the big boxes. I don't actually know if these can lock in here or not. So it doesn't look like the 16s can lock in any way in here. I thought they could. So maybe stick, while the 16s are nice upstairs, stick with the 8s. Because like these will obviously fit down here. Like obviously, there's plenty of room. But they will not lock to the grid. So, and that might be something that they change up the grid a little bit too. Everything is still very much a work in progress on this. But yeah, that is where we're at for 3.22. Like, this is a preview of what this might look like soon. Super cool. Look at that. Look at those big boxes in there. It's just great. So, hopefully, we'll see some updates soon in the EPTU. But yeah, it looks like the whole Munching's doing great. The buffers are cool. The giant machines in the middle, thank God for that. Those little bitty machines looked horrible. And all we got to do is figure out the pricing for the construction materials. I saw 12,000, like 400 something. And if that's the case, I mean, construction materials are gonna be bank. Now, it might be a little hard to sell them, kind of like when drugs go crazy and stuff like that. But, and right now it might be more of a sell thing, but I'm assuming this is going to be a big part of base building. That's just my assumptions. So who knows what we'll be looking at in the future of this. But when it does hit the PTU, or the PU, just the persistent universe, I will release a full new salvaging video from start to finish, taking like stuff out of it and everything like that first, and then going back and scraping it and then hole munching it and then being done. But until then, look at all the great things we have to look forward to. Oh yeah, and new hairstyles hit. So that's also a thing. And some other things hit, but I'm just touching on the salvaging. I'll catch y'all later. Goodbye.